Hello, boys and girls. I hope you are doing great. Today we are going to continue the second part of our lesson Song in Module 1. In this lesson, we are going to learn the grammatical rule of the present simple and how to apply the present simple rule in sentences. This lesson is in your student's book page 7 and workbook page 5. Let's start our lesson with a quick recap of the words learned previously. Are you ready? Great! So I want you to tell me what can you see. Look at the first picture. Great! Late! Okay, what about the following one? Rain! And the third one here? Excellent! Wake up! And this one? Have breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And the following one? Take the train. What about the last one? Go to work. Okay, now we remembered all the words. And now as you see, all of these words that we took before, we use them to talk about things in our daily lives. So I want you to bear them in your mind because we are going to use them later while practicing the structure. Have a look on this example. This is Rima. She is 10 years old. She always wakes up early. She goes to school every day. We can notice here that we are talking about Rima's daily routine. Things that she does repeatedly, over and over. So we call that the present. Let's pretend that this arrow is our timeline or is our life. We are going to divide this timeline into 3 parts. The first part will talk about things that happened or finished yesterday, last week, last year, so we call it the past. The second part will talk about things we do every day or things we do repeatedly over and over, same like Rima's daily routine. So we call that the present. As for the third part, it will talk about things we are going to do, whether tomorrow, next week, next year. We call that the future. In our lesson today, we are going to talk about the present, which is in the second part. So, when do we use the present simple? We use the present simple when we talk about facts, things that cannot be changed. For example, the sun rises in the east. We cannot change that. And also we use it when we talk about feelings. Things we love it, hate, or like it, or enjoy it. For example, I enjoy family time. We also use the present simple while talking about things that we always, usually, sometimes do, or things that we never do, or things that we do every day, every week, every year. So these things that we repeat doing them again and again, we call them habits. For example, I always pray in the mosque. Another example, he sometimes rides his bike. Did you notice here before that we used always, usually, sometimes, and never to describe repeated actions? These words are called adverbs of frequency. These adverbs of frequency show how many times do we repeat a certain action. For example, Majid always ice skates after school. Always here is used to show that he skates every day. As you can see, all the days are checked. Next example, Kim usually ice skates after school. Usually is used to show that most of the days are checked, not all of them. The third one, Tom sometimes ice skates after school. Here, 3 days only are checked. We use sometimes in this case. And the last one here, Bobby never ice skates after school. Never is used to show that Bobby never does it at all. As you can see, no boxes are checked. So, bear in your mind, these are the key words of the present simple. Now, we have learned all about the adverbs of frequency, which are always, usually, sometimes, and never. So, I want you to pause the video and open your Students Book page 7 to read the song, then underline the adverbs of frequency. Let's check your answers. In the first verse, always. In the second one, always and sometimes. And in the third one, never and always. All right, now we covered the first part, which is when do we use the present simple. Now we need to learn how to form the present simple. We are going to start with the affirmative form, which means normal sentences. Okay, now the pronouns are divided into two families, good family and bad family. Here I have I, we, you and they are bad family. Why? Because they don't like visitors. They don't like any additions to the verb. They don't like s, they don't like es, and they don't like ies. Let's see the examples here. They sometimes go to the park for a picnic. Did you notice here we have the pronoun they, and there is nothing added to the verb go. Another example. I always brush my teeth in the morning. Here also I have the pronoun I, and nothing is added to the verb brush. And the last one here, we never sleep late. Here I have the pronoun we, and nothing is added to the verb sleep. The other pronouns are he, she, and it. They are a good family. They like visitors. They like friends. So the first case here is that the pronouns he, she, and it love s. Let's see the example that we have with the verb visit. She always visits her grandmother at the weekends. In this example, we have the pronoun she, and there is s is added to the verb visit. So it becomes visits. Case number 2. He, she, and it love es when the verb ends in ss, sh, ch, o, or x. Let's look at this example with the verb fix. He usually fixes his car in the garage. Do you notice here? ES is added to the verb fix because it ends in X. So it becomes fixes. Case number 3. He, she, and it love IES when the verb ends in a consonant plus Y. We drop the Y and we put IES. Let's look at our example with the verb study. She sometimes studies in the afternoons. Here we have the verb study. It ends in Y and before it a consonant. So we drop the Y and we put IES. Now we have done with the affirmative form and we are going to move to the negative form, which means adding not. In order to form the negative, we need help. Our help will be the verb do. So, with I, we, you, and they, the negative form will be do not plus the verb. For example, I don't wake up late. As for the pronouns he, she, and it, we add es to the verb do, so it will be does not plus the verb. For example, she doesn't go to the park. Remember, don't add es to the verb go because we already added it to the verb do. And now, are you ready to practice? Let's go! Open your workbook, page 5, exercise number 2. In this exercise, you are going to look at the table below and write sentences with always, usually, sometimes, and never. The first column is already done in your book, which is for Aisha. Here, number 1, Aisha late. And we have X. So, Aisha never wakes up late. She breakfast. How many ticks do we have here? Yes, 2. So, she usually has breakfast. And the last one, she pizza for lunch. So it's going to be she sometimes has pizza for lunch. Now it's your turn to do the rest. So I want you to do for Sultan and Mansour, but pay attention to the ticks and X's and the pronouns as well. Let's check your answers. Number 2, Sultan and Mansour late. Excellent. Sometimes wake up late. They breakfast. Always have breakfast. And the last one, they pizza for lunch. Usually have pizza for lunch. Excellent. As for this exercise, you are going to read the sentences, then choose the correct answer. Number 1, he always his breakfast early. So, eat or eats is eating or ate. So, which one? Eats. Excellent. Number 2, they never together. Here we have the pronoun they. So, which one you are going to choose? Fought or fight or are fighting? Fight. Great job. And the last one here, she sometimes TV at night. Which one? Watches. Great job. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.